Leads. J-Way, baby. J-Way, welcome, brother. I'm glad that you're here. Good to have you here, man. Please, I'd love your critiques. I'd love your critiques on this is going to help you in your business too. We got Marta from Charlotte. Awesome. Good to have you. Love wholesaling. Jordan Wayburn loves wholesaling. Oh man, what a blessing. What an amazing thing. I love that you love it because I love it too. And we're going to be helping some people out today to crush it because that is the goal. And we're getting some good people in here. What's up, everybody? Like I said, as you're coming in, let me know where you're watching from because I do deals all over the country. I live in Canada now, but I do deals all over the United States, work with my clients, work with students, work with people I network with. So if I know where you're at, we can connect and other people can connect with you too. It's important not only that I know where you're at, but everybody else knows because this is a community. This isn't just about me. This is about you guys succeeding. So we got some Atlanta, Colorado. Awesome. I freaking love it, man. Michael, Los Angeles. I hope you're doing good over there in Los Angeles. I've heard some things that on the news that Los Angeles is going through quite a bit right now. So let's all say, keep that Los Angeles in our prayers. Hope Los Angeles is doing okay. Yeah, hope you guys are doing all right over there. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else before we get started. I'm going to go turn on my light really quick because I got a light over there, my neon sign, and I like it being on. So let me go turn it on real quick. There we go. All right. There's the neon sign. Pablo saying, love LA, love LA, love it. Okay. Cool. Turn on the lights, dog. I gotta get my drink in because I'm gonna be flowing. Guys are gonna be talking a lot, so I don't wanna be parched. Okay. I think we're good to start the flow, everybody. If everyone's ready to rock and roll, give me a 1 in the chat if everyone's ready to go. Just so I know I can flow because once I'm going, there's no turning back. There's no stopping. I have to keep going. I can't stop mid-flow. All right. Okay, we're getting some ones. Rick Robbins. Oh, Rick coming in. Hey, what's up, Rick? I love it, man. I love all the people in here. Okay. So guys, if you're ready to rock, you give me the 1, you've given me the permission to go. What are we talking about today? Let's get right into it. I need to share my screen so you guys know what today is about. Okay. All right. I think everybody can see the screen. Am I right or am I wrong? Give me a 1 again. On fire and scary. Okay, we got some people. Let's see. Okay. All right. Everyone can see the screen. Well, there's no need to delay. Let's freaking go into it. Guys, what are we going to be talking about today? Today, we're going to be talking about how to stop wasting time on bad leads. It happens in wholesaling. It happens in Jordan Wayburn. He is here. He has his own insurance agency. It happens in insurance agencies. It happens everywhere. Guys, I'm going to show you guys the exact way, the ultimate seller lead filter checklist. You're going to get it. It's a lead magnet. It's something I'm giving to you guys. It's a bonus. You're getting it all at the end of the presentation. So I'm glad you're on here. If you guys can, just comment filter if you're ready to work smarter and disqualify the bad leads. That's all I need you to do is just say filter. And what I'm going to do is Jackie, my virtual assistant, is going to go through here and she's going to read all the comments and she's going to send you guys the bonus. That's what I'm trying to say. The bonus, the checklist that I'm going to be going over today. So we're going to be hooking you guys up. Super excited about that. But that's what we're going into today. And guys, as you can see, I'm asking you to participate a lot because for me, I feed off of your feedback. If I don't see a lot of engagement, if I don't hear from you guys, I don't know if you're sleeping. I don't know if you're listening or not. So I'm going to ask you some stuff like through this presentation to engage just so I know that you're with me. Okay, awesome. So let's get right into it. There's no reason to delay. Let's go. So if you're here, you probably know a little bit about me, but if you don't, I'm going to be really quick and explain who I am. If you're wondering, who is this guy? Who is this guy, Nathan Payne? Well, this year, 2025, guys, I'm going by the new name, Professor Payne. Why? Because I'm here to teach you everything you need to know so you don't have to go anywhere else to learn about wholesaling, about real estate, about getting in and getting your first deal, your next deal, scaling. That's me. I'm here to that's my goal. Give you everything to make wholesaling simple. I've done over $1 million in wholesale fees. I help wholesalers close 2 to 3 deals a month. That's my goal. And I'm the founder of Painless Flipping, which is an apprenticeship that works with people hands-on to help them do deals. Okay. That's a little bit of who I am. And why do I have all these checks? Just to show you that I'm not just some guy that did one deal and is like, hey, let me teach it. Because that's happening a lot. Influencers are coming all over the place. If you guys are tired of influencers, let me know. I'm tired of it, but I'm letting you know I'm legit. And if you don't think I'm legit, let's hop on a call and let's talk about it. Okay. Because I'd love to talk to you guys. All right. I got my degree in business management. Okay. I got it in entrepreneurship. I wanted to be a teacher my whole life, but I decided to go the other route of business because it aligned more with my financial goals, but got my degree just to let you guys know I'm a little bit educated, a tiny bit, nothing too crazy. All right. And I love teaching. If I could have gone back and been a teacher, would have done it. But now my passion, what I'm able to do is align real estate, what I like doing, and teaching what I love doing, and I do it together, okay? I've been able to align that. My goal is to, as Professor Payne, make wholesaling simple. That's it. It can be complicated. We're making it simple here, folks. We're not going to make it too difficult for you. And I love helping people succeed. I love seeing people do checks. And these aren't all people that are clients of mine. These are people I just have sometimes given advice to. I've just helped. I just love it. It's fun to see people progress and grow. So the fact that you guys are here with me right now, it pumps me up because this is what I love to do. I love to help people improve in their businesses and in their lives. Okay. So guys, we're going to be talking about why today winning fast and losing fast matters in this business. Why do you guys need to stop, not waste your time with bad leads? Is because time is the most important resource we ever have. It's amazing. It's the best thing that you could ever have. If you came to me and said, hey, Nate, I'll give you $1 million, but you only have till tomorrow to live, you have one more day, I wouldn't accept the $1 million, of course, right? Because I care about life more. Time is what we want. So if we're wasting time with bad leads, we need to stop that, right? We need to filter people fast. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. If any of you have wasted time with leads like I have, comment in the chat and just be like, hey, yeah, I've wasted a lot of time with leads. It's okay. And if you haven't even talked to anyone yet, that's okay too. You're eventually going to get to that point where you might be wasting time with leads. So we're going to be going over that today. What are we going to be talking about? How to disqualify quickly. Okay. Yeah, we got Hector saying wasted a lot of time with leads. Yeah, I totally get that, man. So we're going to be talking about how to disqualify quickly and focus on quality. Yes, indeed. I love it. Stop wasting time with unmotivated sellers, guys. We can quickly find out if a seller's motivated or not. We don't have to try and pull it out of them. We can find out with some questions I'm going to be giving you in the filter framework. Okay, focus on those who are ready and willing to work. Avoid chasing bad leads. We're not going to be messing with bad leads, guys. And pro tip is winning fast and losing fast ensures that you spend more time on deals that matter. Okay, because we don't have all the time, I was going to say all the time of the day, but of course, basically, I don't know if you guys feel like this, but I'll work and then I'll look at the clock. It'll be 9. I'll look up again. It'll be 1. And then it's just going by so fast. I don't know if you guys feel like that at work or if you feel like it's super slow, but for me, it goes by really fast. And I feel like I don't have enough time to get what I need to get done. So it's all about getting rid of the opportunities that are wasting your time. And I wouldn't even say opportunities. I would say the ones that are just not going to go anywhere. Is this for agent outreach, MLS as well? This is for everybody, Earl. Earl's asking, hey, does this help? Yes, you can ask these type of questions, whether it's a wholesaler. The framework is what you can use, okay? The questions might be a little different. This is direct to seller. Today's presentation is more about direct to seller, but you can still ask these good questions to real estate agents to find out, hey, is the seller that you're listing the property with, are they, are they motivated to sell to a cash buyer, or do they want to just wait and get top dollar? So yes, you can use this framework. All right. Hope that answers your question. So everybody, Because I'm Professor Payne and I want you guys to get the most out of this lesson, I'm going to ask you guys all to right now go get out a physical piece of paper and a pen, okay? Because I used to write everything down on my phone and on my computer and stuff. And I know where you guys are on your computer, your phones. But if you want to get the most out of this, get out a piece of paper and a pen. Why do I ask you to do that? Is because when you write things down, it helps you remember it better. That's just how it is. I used to, again, on the phone, computer all the time. Now I write down like everything as I'm taking notes, as I'm reading. I'm internalizing that ish. Okay. You internalize it. So guys, I know I've already seen some people are saying they're ready. It's amazing that you're already ready. If you're already ready with your notes, are you really ready that fast? Dominic and Zena, I already had it out. Well, there you go. Everybody give a round of applause to the people who already got their pens and their papers out. Okay. I always got my pen and paper handy. Look, check this out. I got this at Walmart for 25 cents. Can you guys see that? Look, I got my binder, printed it off. I love writing. All right. I always take notes. I love it. Everybody's note takers out here. I love you guys just taking them notes. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Okay. Let's go. Let's get to the next slide, everybody. So, why does it matter to win fast, lose fast? A lot of you that are on here, and I'm just assuming anyone that will ever watch this, a lot of us feel like leads is our problem. Like we're like, oh, I just need more leads. I need more leads. I need more leads. But really the issue is like we don't have, like a lot of the time we don't have the right process to squeeze the leads and make the most out of those leads. So we just end up spending more and more money. For me, I had that problem. My story is I thought I needed more leads was the answer. So I went nationwide. I did pay-per-click. I spent over like $200,000 in ad spend over the course of like a year or two. And I was producing leads after leads. But the problem was that the more leads I had, I was just spending more and more time with, I wouldn't say garbage, but wasting time, right? Like I thought I was doing deals, but again, not having the right filtering process and asking the right questions, it was just causing me to waste more time. So that's why what I'm talking about today is so important, is you have to be able to filter leads or you're just going to waste a lot of your time. You got to focus on the best opportunities and stop wasting your time, and filtering fast is the key to success. Let me know. I'm curious. And did anybody else go nationwide that's watching this that was like, hey, let me go get more leads. Let me focus on more leads because that's the problem. Has anyone else that had that feeling? Comment me if that was you. And if not, that's okay. I'm just curious. I wanted to kind of see who else went that route. But what we're going to be going, oh, okay. We got somebody that did do that. All right. Well, that's cool. All right, Xavier, you did it at one point. See, we've all thought it was leads is our problem. But when you start paying for leads, you find out that like a lot of the majority of the leads that are coming in are pretty much the same. They're the same style of people. They're people that are like, I don't know if I'm going to want to sell at that price. I want as much as I can. Like you're going to get a majority of those type of leads, but we're going to show you the framework on how to filter, get through them really fast. Okay. So guys, this is the ultimate seller lead filter checklist. Here's a roadmap to quality leads. I'm sorry. You want to ask questions that reveal motivation, timeline, and flexibility. I know you guys have probably seen this framework a little bit, but we're diving deep on one of the parts that I really like. Okay. You want to ask motivation. You want to know exactly why they're selling. Okay. Timeline and flexibility. You want to filter out leads that don't meet the criteria of people that we work with specifically. You want to focus on sellers that have urgent and solvable problems. If they don't believe they have a problem, they're most likely not going to sell to us, because what do we specialize in? We specialize in solving problems for equity, right? Like whether that's seller finance, whether that's you're buying it to wholesale it, you're buying it to fix and flip it. We're trading off. They're willing to sell at a price that makes sense or a lower price than retail, so we can give them speed, convenience, and ease. Okay, so you got to find those people. And the top way to filter, which we're going to be going into, guys, and I need you to have that pen and paper out, because this, what I'm about to dive in, is probably going to be really different than the way you guys have your sales process. Okay, so disqualifying sellers is the key to filter people out immediately. And you're like, what do you mean by disqualify? We're about to get into it. All right, so comment filter, if you guys are ready to see the filter framework, okay? What it looks like. Give me a little comment filter so I know you're with me. Again, we're checking these. My virtual assistant, Jackie, in the Philippines, where it's like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock at night right now. She's crushing it, but she's watching. She's watching you guys. All right. Love it. Well, let's get right into it. Let me get to that next slide. Next slide. Okay. Here's the filter framework structure for disqualifying leads. These are the questions I ask. Why are you selling? It can be that specific. What's got you interested in selling? This house seems great. Why are you selling? Right? Or simple as that. Why are you selling? Uncover their true motivation. Is it foreclosure? Is it divorce? Is it inherited property? Are they just looking to see what they could sell their house for? Are they downsizing? Now, the issue, and that's why we're going to be getting into disqualification, is when you ask this question, how many of you guys get sellers that don't give you that much information? They're holding it tight to the chest. They're like, I'm not giving you more information. I just want to sell. I've had that happen many, many times where they're just like, I'm like, well, what's got you interested in selling? I just want to sell. And you're like, okay. But I'm going to that's the kryptonite of that question. It's like, I'm just want to sell. Give me your offer, right? Like if they just shut you right down. I'm going to show you the best way to destroy that. And you won't have that kryptonite towards you guys. All right. What options have you considered? I love that question because instead of going into your spiel, you ask them questions that get them to talk to find out what they've already tried to discover in their process of selling. That we're going to be diving into this process really deep today because again, when you disqualify, you want to talk about the options they've already explored. What's your timeline? Now, let me tell you, that is a direct indicator of someone you can work with. If they're like, hey, I need to sell like fast, the listing on the MLS is not fast. It can be sometimes, but I have a property that I put on the MLS like 5 months ago and it still hasn't sold. Am I motivated? Not enough to take a low price. So it's just sitting there. But like if they're like, hey, I have to sell like in a month, selling on the MLS is not really an option. So if they want to list it with an agent, when you talk to them about that option, as I show you later, like that's a direct indicator that's someone that you can work with. Okay. Timeline. All right. Gauge urgency. Are they motivated? Do they want to sell quick and they want a solution fast? What's the property condition? The unfortunate part about property condition is it's not always the best determining factor if someone's motivated because someone can have a really bad beaten up house and they could just be like, well, whatever, I'm cool with living in this house. That's why driving for dollars and looking for bad houses is okay to like build a list, but it doesn't always mean that those people want to sell because maybe they're okay with a broken window or tall grass. Maybe they don't care. Okay. So it is helpful to understand, if someone wants to sell, but not always. And I know you guys have probably seen that too. You're like, wait, what? I just drove by your house. Are you sure you don't want to sell? Like if you do any driving for dollars, you don't say to people, but I know you're thinking it. Okay. The price is difficult too, because I've talked to probably like 50% of the people I've talked to, like always wanted way more than they eventually took. No one's going to shoot themselves in the foot like immediately when you're talking to them and be like, yeah, I'll take a low ball offer. They're going to give you Zillow. They're going to give you Redfin. They're going to say, I want as much as I can want. And it's justifiable. It makes sense. Yeah. I want as much as I can get too. But you look at why, and you look at the options they've explored and what they're willing to explore, their timeline. And then you're like, hey, honestly, let's not even focus on the price they want because they got some things that are going to cause them to want to sell or need to sell to someone like us. Let's just keep this conversation going because I've identified that this is someone that I can work with. Is everyone kind of vibing what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm going a little fast, but I'm saying like understanding and asking these key questions allows you to understand if this is someone you can work with. And if all the answers to these questions are like, I don't need to sell, I'm thinking about it, I've explored every option and I don't know, I'm just talking to you because you called me. Like that's not gonna be someone we can work with. We need to be able to work with people that will communicate with us. And if someone's just like cuts to the chase and like, dude, give me your offer. And you're like, well, hey, obviously you're asking me this because you probably talked to a lot of people before and you just want to cut to the chase. Like, what offer do you want? And if they're like right in the money, then maybe that person is like someone you should just go ahead and do that. But most people aren't just going to like give you a low offer and it's just that easy. And we've had some low hanging fruit. I'm sure we've all like talked to sellers where it just makes sense and it's like an easy deal, but not all the time. And I'm assuming some of you that are watching this are like, I've never had that. I've never had someone just hand me a property and I make like a ton of money. It's probably happened to some, but it's far and few between. Okay. So guys, right here, comment 1 for me if you've used these questions in seller conversations before. These are like the basic pillar questions, the 4 pillars, right? Like timeline, speed, timeline, price, motivation, condition. Okay, we've all pretty much used these, but what makes it different today? What I'm going to teach you guys is this process of presenting options to sellers. Okay, this is something that I've had to learn, and I didn't know how to do this until I had to practice. I actually paid like me and my business partner at the time, like a couple years ago, we paid for a course by these like really good sales guys. Franklin Covey. I don't know if you guys have ever read any of those books, like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And then you got Habits, like DVD I got from one of their books. These guys teach you the best way to sell, like where it's like open and honest, and it's not like a pressure sale. It's more of just like a collaboration and a consultation. It's just like I'm going to show you what it's like. Okay. You guys are going to understand by the end of this how it works. Okay. So presenting other options and being the consultant. When I talk to sellers, guys, I do not go in there and like, I'm the main buyer, accept my offer. And if you don't accept it, then like, I'm gonna move on and buy another house. I don't do it like that. Okay. I go in there, I try to understand the situation, what's going on. And I say, hey, look, there's a lot of different options that you can sell your house with. I could buy your house. There's a lot of other things. Let's dive into that just so we can make sure you feel confident about working with me if that's what we end up doing. Okay. So it's no pressure tactics. I've learned that there's nothing you can do to make someone want to sell to you unless they trust you and you clarify, like you show them the other options that are available. Yes, of course, there's people that sometimes they just like, they make an offer and it just gets accepted. But if you want to maximize the amount of leads you can get, if you want to stop wasting time with unmotivated people, start letting them know about the options they have and push them towards those options because they're going to explore it anyway. They're going to find out. They're going to talk to their agent friend, the real estate agent friend or whatever. So be the one that says this because like introduces it because they're going to trust you. So let's dive right in, guys, because again, this might be a concept that's new to a lot of you because it was new to me when I first started, but this is going to be the game changer for you guys. Okay. So turn your mind from you just being the buyer. And if you're a wholesaler, you probably feel like you're a fake buyer because you're not really buying it. This is going to help you feel more legit because I'm not telling people like, oh, I'm here to buy every house in the world. No, I'm like, hey, sometimes I buy houses. Sometimes I work with other cash buyers. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do this. And it's just genuine and real. Okay. Let me know if any of you guys feel fake. I'm curious because I know when I was started, I was like, oh, dude, I'm not really a cash buyer. I'm kind of lying to people. I don't feel very confident. This is going to help you guys feel better about your sales process and how you do it. You don't have to admit if you feel like you haven't been transparent or like if you feel like you've been fake. But I know I felt a little shifty or shady just because I was telling people I bought tons of houses. I hadn't bought a lot of houses. Okay. So help sellers explore their options. This is what you can say to them. Okay. Right here. I'm not your only option, Mr. Seller. Okay. And I'm not sure yet if I'm your best option. So I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you to see if we can work together. Okay. That's as simple as that. I'm not your only option. Obviously, you know that. So I'm here to ask you some questions. You told me that you want to sell your house because of this issue or this motivation. Let me ask you this. Have you considered renting out the property? That might be a good option for you, Mr. Seller. You can keep it. Maybe you can make some cash flow. Then they say, oh, no, I don't want to be a landlord. Okay, so that option is off the table. They're like, okay, and we are creating like an environment of trust and not me just trying to force my offer on them. And notice I haven't even made my offer yet, right? Okay, let's explore your other options. Have you considered making repairs and listing it with a realtor? Have you thought about listing it? No, I don't like realtors. They stink. And last time I listed my house was a terrible experience. Okay. So if I understand correctly, you don't want to list this house at all, no matter what, like even if you can get a ton of money. No, I'm not going to list it. It's either going to be sold to someone like you, or I'm just going to, I'm going to keep it. Or, okay, so you're going to keep it. What are you going to do if you're going to keep it? Then you explore that option, right? Is keeping the property an option? That's what I was going into. Can you keep it? So you don't really have to solve this problem by selling it. Well, you know what? I do need to sell it. I wish I could keep it, but really I'm going to need to sell it. Well, you said you would keep it if you don't get the price you want. So if you don't get the price you want from a cash buyer, are you going to end up listing it? Like, no, I probably just sell for cash. I really do. I can't afford the payments. So by giving them the options, you're opening up a dialogue that's like true, transparent, and real, right? I hope you guys can vibe that just from the little bit that I'm showing you, because we're going to go more in depth. But it's more about like, hey, I'm not the guy that's going to push you into like my offer. I'm going to let you know that I'd love to work with you if it makes sense, if it's a win-win. And if it isn't, I'm going to let you know what options are best for you. Okay. That's pretty much what I'm letting you guys know. Okay. So empowering sellers to explore their options builds trust and credibility. How many of you guys, with the way the internet is, the way like social media, all this stuff coming out, like people driving Lambos, and you're like, oh, is this real? Like, is that guy just rent that Lambo? Is this from Turo? Like, how many of you guys don't trust like pretty much anybody online? Like I don't trust like anything. I don't know if it's AI anymore. So if you're talking to a seller, they have that problem even before this age, like of AI and not knowing what the heck's going on, like in real life, like with the news and stuff. Like people, it's very difficult to trust people. Let me know if you guys have that trust issue with stuff you see online. I have that trust issue. Okay. I'm like, give me a 1 if you're like, yes. And if you're like, oh, Nate, I trust everything. You can do it too. But for me, trust. So what does this do? It builds trust. Okay. It builds trust to let them know that they have options. Not all online poison is deep. Yes, it is very deep. I'm telling you, you don't really know. People put on a front. That's the problem with social media. Like they make it all seem like everything's legit, but really deep down, there's stuff going on for everybody. So just, and sellers feel that, right? When they're talking to people. So disqualifying leads and unveiling motivation. Okay. So this is what we're going to be going over. What options have you explored to solve your problem? Encourage them to do what is best for them. Okay. So as we talked about, you can believe, let's see what Mike says. You can believe everything on the internet. Abraham Lincoln. That's hilarious. That's a good quote. So why is it so important to present options? Because it allows you to disqualify people. Okay, I've had a lot of people where I've talked to them and I'm like, hey, have you thought about listing with a real estate agent? And they're like, yeah, I have thought about listing with a real estate agent. My aunt is a real estate agent. So instead of me going deep into my like pitch and talking to them for a long time, I just say, hey, well, you should just list it with your aunt, right? Like, why wouldn't you just do that? You know her, you trust her, you're going to get more money that way than with a cash buyer. That sounds like a better option. So I'm immediately trying to push her to go do what I think might be best for her. And she says, oh, no. Look, that's my aunt and she's cool, or that's like my family member. But look, I need to sell in a week. So she immediately just says, hey, I know you're trying to push me off. She doesn't say that, but she's like, but no, I'm here because I need this service. I need your help. So again, it's not like I'm like, hey, you need this cash offer. It's more of like, hey, you should try that. That sounds good. Right. So listing with an agent, I tell people, yeah, go list it. It sounds good. That sounds good. And they tell me, no, I don't want to. I want this is and this and this reason is why I want to work with you or someone like you. Oh, okay. And if they don't want to work with me, then go ahead and work with your aunt. That you just saved me 20, 30, 40 minutes of my time and all this follow-up. And I just do an automatic follow or like a drip. And so you ask them, have you thought about listing with an agent? Does this align with their timeline or resources? Do they have the time to just wait for it to sell, like sit on the market? Can they afford the mortgage payment if they're not living there and it's just they're paying it? Like right now, I have a rental that it's vacant because I thought I could sell it fast. It's just sitting there and I'm paying the mortgage. Do I like doing that? No. Some people can't. I don't feel like I can either. I don't want to do it, but like all I'm saying is you present the option, you see if that even aligns with what they can do. Okay, is renting it out an option for you? Are they prepared for ongoing landlord responsibilities? Do they even know how to get it rented out? They might say, yeah, I've thought about being like renting out. And then you can explore what that looks like for them. And we're going to show on the next slide, as you explore these options with people and help them make decisions, what that looks like. Okay. Have you thought about flipping it yourself? Do they have the funds? Flipping, okay, we're talking about paying a mortgage, right? Like that can be 3, 5, 6, 10 months of paying the monthly mortgage payment on top of the repairs, on top of anything else that might happen. Like, are they ready for that? Okay. Accepting a cash offer, does that align what they want? How does this solve their problems? Are you guys seeing what I'm doing? I'm letting them know their options, and I'm not holding anything back because I believe in my heart, like I want them to succeed, and I believe they're going to explore those without me. So instead of waiting, like not bringing it up and hoping they just don't check anything else and they work with me like I used to do when I was brand new, I was like, oh my gosh, I need a deal so bad. I just tell people what their options are and what they need to do. And then they tell me, hey, no, we should keep working together. I appreciate you letting me know. Like people will thank you for letting them know how best to navigate their sales process. Okay. Like of what they're trying to do. So let's hop to the next slide. Let's see. I know there's a lot of, I'm writing a ton of stuff. Like there's a lot of information, but I hope this is helpful for you guys. So why this works, and it's my favorite part of the process. So I want to explain to you guys, like out of the whole sales process, I just like talking to people about their options, and I like seeing what they've explored because they give me everything I need to know. They give me the info. So like, for example, if you're talking to someone and you're like, hey, what's got you interested in selling? And they're like, I want to sell. And then I take them through these questions, like, have you explored this? Have you explored this? They just automatically start talking more, right? Because I'm asking them and I'm listening. You see that? The ear, that's what you're doing. You're like, hey, tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more, right? You're here to listen. And as you listen, you gather more data and more information to know, is this someone I can win fast with? Or do I need to lose fast and just get them out of the pipeline? This is going to enable you guys. Well, let me stop right there and say, if you're kind of scared because like when you get on the phone, you don't really know what to say, just ask questions. If you're there, if you call someone and they're just nailing you with questions, you're in a bad spot, in my opinion. Like if you're just like, hey, I'd like to buy your house. And they're like, tell me, give me your proof of funds and tell me what company you're with and tell me all this, blah, 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 blah. You've lost, buddy, in my opinion, if they're just out the ones demanding the questions. No, you got to go in there and you got to take charge and say, hey, I just have a couple questions for you to see if we'd be able to work together. Either if I can buy your house or I can point you in the right direction. You have 10 minutes to talk. Yes, I do. Great. First question. I'd like to find out a little bit more about why you're selling. I'm selling because I'm selling. Okay. Well, you've obviously explored a couple different options to sell your house. Before I talk about what I can do for you, I want to know what you've done so I can make a great offer for you. Let me ask you some questions because I might not be the best option for you. What options have you explored? Have you done this? Boom, 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 boom. And then you're just getting them talking. Okay. It makes your job easier. They talk and you listen. It builds rapport. Sellers feel heard and and valued when you acknowledge their choices. Oh, you talked to a couple real estate agents? Good for you. That's such an awesome job. A lot of people don't even do that. How was your experience? Did you like the real estate agents? Yeah, that was really fun. Okay, great. Are you going to go with them? I don't know. Okay, well, let's explore maybe some other stuff. Validated. Right there, Dennis, agreed. It creates transparency. When you go in, you're like, hey, I'm the cash buyer and I can give you this. Like, and you make an offer and they don't accept it, you're pretty much shot. Like the conversation's over. And if you like to operate that way, that's fine if you like that, but I'm in the business of converting as many leads into deals, as possible by identifying what they need and there's like the problem they have and finding a solution. And it's not always wholesaling. It can be creative financing. It can be novation. It can be Burr method. It can be, there's so many different options. So if you're just like, oh, I'm just making low cash offers and I'm just hoping they work out, you're passing up on deals all the time. I work with people all the time where a cash offer doesn't work, but you can still monetize it. Okay. All right, so it creates transparency. Being upfront about their option shows integrity. You guys, I know everybody in here wants to have integrity. They want to feel good about what they do. When I first started wholesaling, I didn't want to tell people I was wholesaling because I thought it was shady. I was like, oh man, I'm stealing people's houses. Why would anyone want to sell at a discount? Guys, we solve problems. We help people. 2 weeks ago, Carl, one of the clients I work with, he stopped someone from losing their house on the day of auction. How insane is that? The lady was going to lose her house at 12 o'clock. He called the attorney, said, I'm going to buy her house. Here's the contract. He stopped the foreclosure, and now we're working to buy it. Okay. She was going to walk away with $0 and lose her house. We stopped that. And now we're able to get her some money and make some money on our side and give her time to move out. That's what we do. We're not here taking people's properties. We're solving problems and helping them, right? It unveils real motivation. As sellers discuss other options, their urgency and pain points become clearer. They might tell you, oh, I don't need to sell, but you ask them, have you thought about listing it? Well, I really can't because then the truth comes out. I can't because I don't have the time. Well, what do you mean by that? You don't have the time. Well, this is the thing. Okay, then they get more into it. Strengthens your offer. When you listen, when you know what their problem is and how you can solve it, your offer is better than everyone else's. Oh, you're telling me that you need help moving because like you got a family and it's like living with you too, and you got a bunch of stuff, right? That's why you don't want to list it. You don't want to list it because with a real estate agent, because you're worried about everyone walking and seeing, unfortunately, your home that's really cluttered and dirty. I get that. Would you need help moving? Okay. Or would you need help, staying in the home, maybe after close, doing a post-possession so you can get your stuff out? Boom. So your offer just became better than just the person who calls and is like, hey, I can give you $120,000 versus mine is like, I can give you $121,000 or $119,000, but I'll move you. So in all reality, like I'm going to make your life easier. Okay. Strengthens your offer. And it helps you avoid yellow lights. If you guys don't remember the training where I did yellow lights, it's basically things that will derail your deal. Like someone saying in a conversation, oh, thanks for calling me. I'm actually about to talk to my real estate agent friend about selling the house, about potentially working with him. Like that's a yellow light. Like you slow down for that. You don't just speed up and you're like, oh, okay, you're going to talk to your real estate agent friend. Well, hey, tell me a little bit about the condition of the house and I'll make you my offer. No, because they just told you, hey, they're not sure if they're ready to go forward. So I stopped that conversation. I say, well, okay, I'm a little concerned. You have a friend that's a real estate agent. That's a better option for you if you're looking to make more money because, I'm an investor. I need to buy it at a price that makes sense. Is that something that you prefer doing? Yeah, honestly, yeah. Okay, well, hey, how about this? Go talk to your real estate agent friend, see if that's something you really want to do, and I'd love to talk to you after you talk to him. When are you going to talk to him? Oh, tonight. Okay, let's talk tomorrow. Let me just follow up. Okay, so for me, I slow down for things, and you find out these things by exploring the options. Okay, so I hope you guys are vibing all this, and I'm assuming some of you are like, yo, am I going to lose the deal from letting people know their options? That's how I used to feel when I first started. I was like, no, man, if I tell them they can list it, if I tell them they can fix it up or keep it as rental, I'm not going to get this deal. That's not true. That's not how it works, guys. That's a big NO. When you let people know their options, they trust you and they want to work with you more. They want to consult you more. This is the fastest way to build trust. And trust, as we talked about with the internet, not knowing what's real or not, that's what helps you build that trust. If you don't explore with them, they're going to eventually do it themselves. They're going to talk to somebody, or you're going to sign a contract with them and to buy their house. And then they're going to find out that they could have gotten way more money if they listed it or did something else. And then they're going to ghost you. How many times have you guys been ghosted by a seller? Type a 1 in the chat if you've been ghosted by a seller. Or I was going to relate this to dating, like if you've been ghosted by a girl, but that, I don't know. I can't really relate that with this. Maybe I could if I took some time, but yes, if you've been ghosted, put a 1 in the chat. Oh, look, D Sparks, love it. Oh man, don't worry, D, we got this recorded, so you're good. Okay, so 1. Awesome. Yeah, I've been ghosted, but does that make sense for everybody that's watching? the reason why a lot of times you get ghosted is because you didn't do well at slowing down for the yellow lights. You didn't do well at saying, oh my gosh, okay, hold on. Let's talk about what you just said. And you just go past it and they end up doing it, like finding out anyway that there's better options out there. Do you guys agree with that? Like, let me know if you agree or you disagree. Like that, I would say that is the main reason why you get ghosted, is because you do not slow down and stop for the yellow lights and to discuss their other options. That's my opinion on why you get ghosted. Another reason is because they don't trust you. So a lot of people ask me, how do you file affidavit and memorandums? Like, how do you protect your contract? Sellers, if they sign with you and they like did it quick and they feel like maybe someone else comes along and says, oh, I can get you more money. And they feel like you didn't explore your options and you didn't give them all the information. A lot of the time, those sellers are like, I'm gonna ghost them. I'm gonna sign with this guy. I'm never gonna talk to that guy again. And then you got to file an affidavit memorandum and it gets all funky. That doesn't really happen if you run this process. They trust you and they'll call you and be like, hey, someone else is offering me a little bit more money. And you're like, hey, look, I get that, but this is the deal. And then you have a conversation. Hey, a lot of the time they'll offer you a little bit more money just so you go with them. And then they take you through this process and try to beat you up later. We've been open and honest and upfront the whole time. That happens a lot. Do you really want to try and explore with them? Because we made an agreement, blah, 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 and you can have that conversation. Let's see. Nathan, your system is really official. I like your theories. Hey, AJ, I appreciate you saying that. And by the way, like, I'm just applying what like Franklin Covey training is into my system. His training is not, it's not like specifically for wholesaling or real estate, but I'm taking the principles of open, honest communication, end in mind, win-win scenarios, talking about options, being the consultant. All these things I'm telling you about are from class, like the top class sales trainers. And I'm just letting you guys know, this is how they sell. Selling is not about like this, like presenting like the best option. Like all the benefits that your product has. Like, oh, it can do this and this and this and this. None of that matters unless they have that pain point or the reason, if they need that, right? So you have to listen first to find out if you can even, you're even the right fit for them, right? There's a really good analogy. Like let's talk, like if I was trying to sell you a lawnmower and this lawnmower was like, hey, this lawnmower is amazing. It's electric. It has the blades, like really good blades. It's really sharp. Like I could go on and on about the benefits of my lawnmower. But if you didn't have a lawn to mow, it doesn't matter how good my lawnmower is. You don't want it. And in this example, the guy talks about like the person has a Zen garden, but the guy with the lawnmower is like trying to like sell his lawnmower to the person that just doesn't, he has a Zen garden. It's like sand. He doesn't need it. It's the same thing with sellers. Like it does not matter how fast, easy, and convenient our offer can be if it doesn't solve a problem they need. It doesn't matter. So AJ, I'm just diving in deep and just letting you know, hey, that's why we do this, is because it's all about understanding and providing a solution versus just diving in and saying, hey, this is my offer, take it or leave it. Another thing they say is seek to understand before being understood. So you want to understand where they're coming from before you want them to understand where you're coming from. You want to hear, you want to listen. So Earl's like, hey, Nate, this is great, but how do you relate this to agents? Basically, he's like, shut your yapper, Nate. Let me know. I will relate. I promise you, Earl, I will relate this to real estate agents because I'm almost done. So let's see. I find a struggle to know how much to follow up is too much. And let me tell you something, Dominic, about follow up. If you follow this framework, it's never enough. Like it's never going to be too much because you're going in, you're trying to solve a problem that they've said they've had. If you follow up with someone for a year and they're saying, hey, I'm just waiting to I inherited this property in probate. I'm just waiting for the attorney. I'm waiting for the attorney, but you have a problem. They told you they have a problem that you can solve. You can follow up forever until you get the deal. Like it's not annoying if you understand how you can help them. It's annoying if you don't understand how you can help them and you're just like, hey, you want to sell yet? You want to sell yet? You want to sell yet? Like that's not good follow-up. Good follow-up is, hey, we talked about this problem you had, and I want to know how's it going in solving that. I'm here because I can help you solve that. How's that going? Right? Yeah. Exactly. So let's keep going because we are almost to one of my favorite parts of this process, guys, is but anyway, why this matters helps you identify if the seller is serious when you do this qualification process. This qualification process establishes you as the trusted advisor. No longer are you just the bully that's just making the offer, and if you don't get it, you're out of here. You are the trusted advisor, not just another buyer. You're going to set yourself apart. Insight on this, guys, is sellers who've considered multiple options are often closer to making a decision. So if you talk to someone who's like, yeah, I've talked to 10 wholesalers or 10 cash buyers. I've talked to a real estate agent. I decided I didn't want to do that. I decided I didn't want to flip it. And you find all that out, then you know they're ready to make a decision like pretty dang close. So you could say, hey, you've talked to all these people. What's holding you back from making a decision today? Well, no, I just haven't got the offer I wanted. Well, what offer would you accept? And then you're right there. You're right there at the very end of it, right? So a lot of the offers that like come from pay-per-click, a lot of people like pay-per-click because they're like, people are intentionally like filling out a form and they're ready to make the decision. This process works. It doesn't matter what part of the sales process they're in. It doesn't matter if they're in the very beginning and they're thinking about it or at the very end. This will help you get them wherever they need to go to, wherever they're at, to the finish line. Okay. So if you just get people that are just hot and ready, then yeah, it's just like, well, what do you want? And we can talk about that. But I'm showing you this is the process to get anyone to the finish line. Okay. Common options for me, guys, really quick. If you're ready to start uncovering real motivation through this process, options, because I got something for you. I'm super excited to show you. And then I'm going to be relating this more to Earl. I'm curious, would you guys like to see how this is done in real life, like a real scenario? Because I actually record myself on sales calls, and I was wondering if you guys, we don't have to, because it's going to take maybe 5 minutes for me to share my screen and take you through. But would you guys be interested in hearing a live call breakdown of this process where I take this seller right here through this, what I've been teaching you guys. Because right here, I was going to ask you guys to give me a grade on applying what I'm teaching. Because the problem is, like, I'm telling you all these things, but you could be like, well, hey, we don't even know if it works. We don't even know if you're that good at it. Maybe you're just a wannabe sales guy and you're just good at talking about it. But anyway, guys, let's dive into it. I see a lot of people saying they want to hear it. Let's go into it. I got a video of me talking someone through their options and presenting and building that trust, which I believe is, we had good trust. Anyway, I want you guys to grade me, okay? Because I'm the professor, but I'm not above getting graded. I want to learn too. I want to get roasted if I didn't do a good job. I want to learn. So you guys, at the end of this call, I want you to give me an A+ or an A-, a B, a C, a D, or an F. Okay. Let me know how you think I did. Let's dive in. If you guys are ready for to break down and listen to this call, type in ready, and I'll get my screen. I'll share my screen so you guys can see this video. I'm excited because I think it will be cool to show you what this looks like versus just theory and talking about it. Let's see how we can apply it. We got someone giving me a C already. They haven't even seen the call, and they're already giving me a C. That's a tough crowd right there. All right, but it's all good. Well, I'm not mad about it. All right, let's go. Hold on. I got to share right here. Let me see. I got to share the tab. I think I got to make sure you guys can hear this. Okay, so Jiu-Jitsu mind. All right. I'm gonna need your guys' feedback because I'm not 100% sure if you'll be able to hear this. So do me a favor, and as I press play, just let me know if you can hear the audio.
All right. Well, it's nice meeting you. I like to do Zoom calls.
Can you guys hear that?
And if you don't mind, I do record these just
Give me a
for
one
training
if you can
purposes
hear it.
and in case you need the recording of what we go over. Is that
Okay, so you cannot hear it. Okay. All right, so I need to figure out how to share it so you guys can hear the audio. Give me 1 second. Share sound. Okay. It looks like I can share the sound. Mono, stereo, height. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm gonna try it again. Let me know if you guys can hear it now as I press play. And if not, you guys gotta let me know because again, what's the point of sharing this if you can't hear it?
All right. Well, it's nice meeting you. I like to do Zoom calls. And if you don't mind, I do record these just for training purposes and if in case
Okay,
you
you
need
guys can
the
hear it?
recording of what we go over. Is that okay?
That's fine.
So
Okay, so I record my calls with sellers as I meet with them on Zoom, and I use it for training. And this is what I just told her.
of what we go over. Is that okay? All right. Well, it's nice meeting you. I like to do Zoom calls.
And super quick, guys, we're only going to go about 5 minutes in. You guys can watch the rest of the video, but it's just if you want. But the very first part is what we've been talking about, like presenting options.
And if you don't mind, I do record these just for training purposes and in case you need the recording of what we go over. Is that okay?
That's fine.
So I'm looking at the notes and it looks like you had spoken to, is it Ricky?
I believe so.
Okay. And, forgive me, I usually go kind of over the same thing just to make sure I understand the situation. But it looks like Ricky wrote here that, let's see, that your house, is it currently listed on the MLS right now?
No.
No? Okay. No, that's not, I guess I'm just looking at a link of the house.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the situation while I kind of look over things and make sure I understand what's going on.
So it's my husband's parents' house, and they, his dad passed in 2020,
Okay.
and then his mom passed unexpectedly last December. So we left it to him.
Okay.
So he wants to sell it.
Okay.
It's just, too much. We're here in Utah. It's there in Ashton. So it's just, not something that we go there often enough. So yeah.
I get that. Okay. So have you, what option, I like to usually ask what options people have explored to sell their homes. So I kind of understand like what to check off, what not. Have you considered listing with a real estate agent?
We considered that. But I need to, do, probably some painting and all that stuff.
Okay.
But then I was just interested in like you hear it all the time. We'll buy your house.
Right. Cash offer. Just get it done. Okay. Yeah. So you're saying that the property itself, it might need some work on it. So you really don't want to have to hassle with, fixing.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to need, we actually had a realtor come in. We haven't signed anything with them, just to meet him. And he was saying, needs paint, which it does.
Okay.
Especially the bathroom and the rooms. There's new flooring in it. So, but yeah, I mean, it does need some painting in the house.
Okay. So I'm just going to be taking some notes. So you say it needs some painting. Is there anything else that it needs? Any other updates?
I mean, it has the original wood, the cabinets. The cabinets are nice. But probably it has the same countertops from when it was built. I mean, it's all in good condition. So
it's good condition, but it's just outdated.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when you list the house on the MLS or like with a real estate agent, people are looking for that, the modern look,
Yeah.
in order to get as much as you can. Did the agent kind of tell you, what he would list it for if you painted it and fixed it up a little bit?
He said, well, this was even before he even came to look at it. He was telling me we could list it for at least 240, 250.
240, 250. And that's before he went and looked at it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then when he looked at it, did he give you an idea of what he thought?
I think he said we could do maybe 260
okay,
if we were to paint it. So
okay. And painting isn't too expensive.
Yeah.
It's a couple $1,000, depends on the square footage of the house.
Yeah.
Is that an option if you don't get, what you're looking for on the cash price?
What, to do that? Yeah, we'll have to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. And I'm curious, am I the first cash buyer you've spoken with, or have you talked to some other ones as well?
You're the first one.
Okay. And do you have some other maybe that you're looking to talk to just to get an idea?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, because unfortunately, as cash buyers, like we're looking for properties that we can make a profit on, and that's not
Yeah.
unfortunate. But I know a lot of people have the expectations of getting top dollar market value, and we buy properties to get put some money in and then make a profit. So do you I know you probably discussed this with your husband. Do you have an idea of what if you could just get it done, in a couple, we could close in a couple weeks, no problem, you don't have to paint it. Do you have an idea of what you'd be asking for?
If we could, probably like at least 230 out of it.
230 out of it?
Yeah.
Well, basically what I do is I look at what the comparables in the area are to see what houses are selling for.
Yeah.
And, I kind of work back, like, okay, how much repairs would it be and how would I be able to make some money? So I kind of do that with you, just kind of so you can have.
So we don't have to get too much more in there. I basically do a screen share and kind of educate her on the fact that she wants way too much money for the property. That was pretty much what I did. What I do on calls is I basically, like, if I'm meeting with people, I just kind of let them know if their expectations are realistic, and after exploring the options that they've had. So, guys in the chat, let me know. Give me your honest feedback. Do you give that an A? Do you give that a B? Do you give that a C? Do you give that a D? Do you give that an F? Do you think that's even worth it? Do you feel like I got good information from the seller without having to? I didn't have to talk that much. I just asked questions, right? I just said, hey, have you done this and this and this? So from that, I was able to, I believe, find out, hey, is this someone I can work with or not? She's open to selling for quickly, but she's also willing to paint it, and she's not just going to give it away. Okay. So that's like, I get that. So for me, it was not a very, from like what I saw, it wasn't like a dire situation that they like have to sell, or like they're in, a tough spot. Right. So, like out of all the deals that I've done, like usually you're able to find out situations that like are a little bit more. I work with people and I work with do deals where it's a little bit more pressing than what that situation was. I'm getting a lot of A's, but we're getting some B's and some B's. No, thankfully no F's. But if for the people that gave me a B or an A, let me know like what you got out of that, or what you liked, or what you didn't like, because I'm curious, because this is what I'm letting you guys know. This is what it looks like. You have a conversation. You say, hey, what's got you interested in selling? What have you explored? So let me know. Type it in, guys, because I love to learn from you, and I think we can all learn. I think we can all learn from each other. We can do this. Okay, we got never seen anyone actually on Zoom with a client. Never seen anyone go through comps and etc. on the call. Nerves seen. Never seen anyone go through the whole process on the phone or a Zoom with a customer. You were able to get enough information to qualify her. Yes. So this is the beautiful thing about it, is we know if that lose fast or win fast. Is that someone worth my time? I would explore a little bit more, because outdated house, don't live there. That's someone I would work with, right? I could take it a little bit further. But are they willing to paint it and list it? Yes. And then they're not in that big of a rush. So it's kind of like, but yeah, something that we're going to go through. That was fire, fully transparent. I appreciate it, guys. It was low pressure, zero pressure, right? Like we're just having a conversation to see if we can work out together. Transparency, was able to reveal motivation, not waste time. Yeah, there it is. So you guys are seeing the value in presenting options and just having a chat, right? The Zoom call forces them to drop their defenses and trust you. Yes, when you can meet face to face and see, just like we're right here, you guys can see that I'm not just some fake guy. Like this is legit and this is live. Like you're seeing that I'm a real person. It's the same thing on a Zoom call. Phones are cool. Like you can do conversations through phones, but it's a lot more legit and real when you can see them face to face. And I'm virtual. So if people are like, hey, can you come see my house? I'm like, hey, look, I live in Canada. I can't go see your house, but we can meet on Zoom. Oh, there's nothing to hide. I don't live in America right now. Right. But I still do deals and I still buy houses and I still work in the United States. So again, there's nothing to be, like scared about, or like, for example, are you wholesaling my house? I don't know if I'm going to wholesale your house or not. I might work with some cash buyers or not. It's like, there's no reason to be like not transparent about it. I might fix it up. I might flip it myself. I might work with some cash buyers in the area, but no matter what, if we agree on a price, that's what you're going to get. Simple as that. Right. Yes, we got repetitiveness right here. All right. I appreciate you guys all, participating on that. And I appreciate your grades. So we're pretty much almost done. We're almost done. So let me just wrap this up for you guys. Really what I'm trying to tell you guys is you want to focus on truly helping the seller. That's what we're here to do. We're not here, we're here to help them, enable them to make decisions that benefit them, and it's a win-win. Okay. If it doesn't benefit them, then we don't want to work with them, right? Like we don't want to make $1 million if it puts someone on the streets and they're like, they have no option. We want to enjoy what we do, and we want to feel good about what we do. Okay. That's the process I'm showing you. Okay. And I've made $86,000. I've made $197,000. I've made big checks with them knowing exactly that they could list it and make more money, with knowing all their options. But why did they go with me? Because I solved their problem, and money was not that wasn't the main motivating factor. I sat down with a guy once. This is one of the biggest deals I ever did, $197,000. And I said, hey, look, you can make more money if you just list this on MLS yourself. He said, look, all I want is $250,000. Okay. And then I'm out of here. If you can give me that, that's all I want. I said, okay, let's do it. And then I ended up taking that house. I actually, instead of wholesaling it for $80,000, I was like, let me just fix this up. So I took it down and I fixed it, and I sold it for $500,000. All right. And that, in change or whatever. But did it make sense that he went with me? Well, yes, I bought his house quickly. That's what he wanted. And he inherited the property. He didn't care. He's just like, dude, just give me $250,000. That's what I've always wanted. That's it. Okay. I would have been sweating bullets if I just crossed my fingers and was like, oh, you want $250,000? Okay. And I didn't bring up the other options. And I was just like, okay, yeah, sign the contract. I would be every night until that deal closed. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't ghost me. I hope he doesn't find out from someone else that they can offer him more money. I hope he doesn't talk to a real estate agent. You guys vibing that feeling? I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but when I first started, I had those feelings because I wasn't doing this, right? I felt like I was going to lose. I didn't want to lose deals, so I would just not say anything. But because I have these open, honest conversations, you all can do, what do I have to be at walkthroughs when I work with sellers? Not at all. I don't have to go to walkthroughs with sellers. I tell the seller, hey, remember we went through all your options. I'm going to buy it, or I'm going to work with someone that will buy it. We're going to send all the people that I work with in the area through your house at 12 o'clock. Is that okay? Am I worried that one of the cash buyers in the area is going to go, hey, you can work with me. He's trying to sell your house to me. They're going to say, yeah, he told me that he's working with you. What the heck are you talking to me for? Right? Everybody knows what's happening in this process. When you go through options, there's nothing to be afraid of. Right? I hope you guys are understanding and vibing that's the real way to wholesale, and for this job not to be so stressful is you just let people know, hey, you can make more money if you do this. Hey, are you sure you want to do this? Hey, I'm going to send people through your house. We're buying your house, or I'm going to sell it to someone else, or work with someone on this process. Right. I'm going to send them through. That's how this is how you make the job less stressful. Okay. You can be a good, Zena, thanks for saying I'm a good guy. You're good. You can do this. So let's wrap it up with, have you considered renting the property? When you do this, this is just a framework that you guys can look at. When you're asking them these questions, you want to tell them, and they're like, oh, I've thought about renting out my property. You want to tell them the pros and the cons of their decision. And you want to say, is that what you want? That's pretty much it. Hey, have you thought about listing it? Well, I have thought about listing it. Well, hey, the benefit of listing it is you're going to get more money, but the con is it could take a while. Is that what you want to do? Is keeping the property an option? Yeah, keeping it's an option potentially. Okay, well, you can keep it and you can make more money potentially, but you're also going to have to, pay the mortgage and keep this going, right? And they're going to say, and you're going to say, is that what you want to do? And they're going to say, well, I don't know. Not really. I don't want to do that. Okay, well, let's keep going. The important part of all this, guys, is you share the benefit, the pros and the cons of whatever you're discussing, and you ask them, is that what you want to do? All right, that's it. It's as simple as just having a normal discussion with someone and that you care about, and you're saying, hey, is this what you want? All right. And Earl, I see you. We're going to be coming into the agent thing for you because I care about you. I want to get that answer for you, but we're pretty much done. Why winning fast and losing fast works, and why is it? Why this is the winning way? It saves time. We're all about saving time here. It increases efficiency on marketing. It builds the confidence in handling seller conversations, and every minute spent on a bad lead is a minute lost on a good one. Okay, that's why we do this. I want to know everybody's takeaways, and this is where we're going to be answering questions and Q&As. And then on the next slide, which is pretty much the last slide, I'm going to give you guys how to get the seller filter framework. Okay, but I want to ask you, what are your main takeaways? What did you learn? Comment right now, wherever you guys are watching right now live, or if you're going to watch this recording later. I want to know, because if you don't comment now, but you comment later on a recording, like I read through all the comments. So I'm going to get back to you. I want to know your key takeaways. What did you learn today? What was the main thing that you got out of this? Then we're going to be hitting on the things to remember from this. I'm looking through here. I'm reading it, guys. So that was an excellent training, Nate. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, guys. Hope someone can go over title and document processing. Okay. So Mark, when you say someone can go over title and document processing, elaborate on that a little bit more, because I actually have a training where I go through the whole process on how to fill out like the documents and how to send them to title, focusing on disqualifying the lead. Mike, is that what you got out of that? I love it. That's how you do it. You disqualify them by pushing them to their different options, and you let them decide what they want to do. And then you follow up with them depending on what they decide they want to do. Oh, you want to list it with the real estate agent? That's a good idea. You mind if I call you tomorrow? You're going to talk to him tomorrow? Let me call you and just see how it went. Is that okay? So your follow-up isn't annoying. Your follow-up is like, hey, we discussed this. I'm following up because of this. Great. Let's go. I like how well you personalize the conversation. I appreciate that. And everybody, you can all do this. How do you do this? By basically just saying like, hey, I'm here to help you make a good decision. That's it. I'm going to talk to you about your decisions. And then hopefully we can work together. And if not, no big deal. You sound like a Mormon missionary. That's funny. I was a Mormon missionary. So, but that was in my back in the day when I was 19 to 21. I don't know if you knew that, but hey, I was, yeah. Anyone want to connect and squat up? That's Joel. This is a good place to do it. Yes. And it's upfront and honest, which I love. Guys, honesty and transparency. Like I'll tell you, if you've been struggling to wholesale or want to make calls, it's not probably because you guys aren't like good at what you do or like hard workers. I promise that you guys are good and consistent in a lot of things in your life. I bet you're consistent at brushing your teeth. I bet you're consistent at showering. I bet you're consistent in a lot of things. If you're not consistent at calling sellers, it's probably because you feel a little off about it, or maybe you feel like it's not right, or it's like you're doing it in a way you don't like. This is how you do it. If you just change the way you talk to people, you're going to enjoy the job. You're going to be like, hey, I like what I do. I like doing this because I'm helping people succeed, right? Like when we stopped that lady from losing her house in auction, like for being foreclosed on and losing everything, that makes you feel good. We got a guy saying it's my accent that makes me sound like a Mormon missionary. That's crazy. I didn't know the Mormon missionaries had accents. I guess you got me. It helped me make it easy in my mind again. I love it. Okay. This is easy. This is an easy thing. You're here to help people succeed. Okay. So drop those questions. I'll keep reading these, but remember guys, disqualified leads, define them. The motivated ones faster. Think win-win. Use the seller's filter framework checklist I'm going to be giving you guys. Build trust by presenting options. Focus your energy on uncovering the true motivation. challenge is I want you guys to apply this checklist that I'm going to be giving you guys, this framework. I want you to apply it on your next 10 leads that you talk to. Okay. You guys could go ahead and you could call, like, just go on for sale by owner. You could call all those for sale by owners and ask them, hey, what options have you explored? Blah, blah, blah. You could do it right there. Okay. You don't even need money to get these leads. So here's the quote, guys. Every no brings you closer to a next yes. Focus on quality over quantity. All right, guys. So we've come to the end of the presentation. I'm going to hook you guys up. So I want to stay connected. Joel is in here. He's making good contacts. Good for you, Joel. Everyone's making good contacts. Mark's asking, where's the video? I'm going to send it to you right here, Mark, right after I show this last slide. But hey, my goal for you guys is to stay connected. So one last thing is comment filter, and just to make sure, and you guys can get that checklist for free. We're going to be able to send it to you. Jackie's going to send it to you. And if you guys just want to, like, you know, speed past, like, waiting for Jackie to go through all these comments, all you have to do is join our Facebook group for more live trainings, but also in our Facebook group, we're going to drop the link as well. Okay. We're going to drop the link for this, where you guys can get this. So again, you can comment, which I appreciate you guys, but if you're just like, hey, I don't want to wait, Jackie might take a while because there's a lot of people commenting. You can just just go to the Facebook group. If you guys, this is a little pitch, okay? Not that you guys have to work with me or not, but if you are interested in seeing how we can work together, if you want my personal help in helping you wholesale 2 to 3 deals per month consistently, if you go to painlessflipping.com, that's my website, where basically, if you're interested in working with me, that's are you bald? I don't think I'm bald. That's a lot of hair. But yeah, that's funny. Someone said, are you bald? No, I'm not bald. Not bald at all. Actually, I have too much hair. That's my problem. Got too much hair. Yeah, so go to painlessflipping.com if you guys are interested. And if you got value out of this video, out of this presentation, whether you're watching it live or not, the thing that would mean a lot, it would help me a lot, and it would mean a ton to me, is if wherever you're watching this, I would love for you to like it. And if you're watching this on the Zoom, whatever content we put out, the way that the algorithm works these days is if you like it, if you leave a comment, if you leave something nice, even if you just say like one or anything, it gets it in the algorithm and it gets in front of more people. My goal is to change, like, be the #1 educator in wholesaling. And how do I do that? I just get you guys to help me out by liking my stuff or commenting or subscribing. And the ultimate thing is sharing it. So not saying any of you have to do this, but it would mean a lot to me if you did. Okay. So if you got value out of it, whatever you see I post, or this specifically, like, share, mean a lot to me. I love you all. I hope you guys can feel my love, because I do care about you. I've been where you're at, and I'm still in the trenches. I'm not like just sitting on a yacht. I'm in my shop in Canada where it's freezing cold. Like, I'm not just, I haven't made it yet in the sense where I never have to work again, and I will always work, but I love you guys because I want you to succeed, and been there, done that, doing that. It's a grind. But we're all in it together, and I'm just here to give you guys as much information as I can. So love you. And that's what I got for you guys. And I'm not done yet, because I want to help Mark and Earl out. If you guys still have those questions, I'm going to answer them right now. But for anybody that wanted to take off, that's all I got for you guys. I hope this training's been good. And if you guys are sticking around because you have more questions, I'm here to answer them. So how many deals have you wholesaled? Number 3. I've wholesaled probably over 100 deals. I've made over $2 million in transactions, wholesale fees. Yeah. So I don't know if you just popped in, but I talked about this in the very beginning. And right now my focus is like teaching and helping people. I still do deals, but that's not like my main, like, bread and butter. Like, I care more about teaching and helping and impacting more than just like running my wholesaling business. I used to have a giant one where we were doing like 7 to 10 deals a month. Now my focus is helping people succeed. So, and I told you guys in the beginning, like, that's what I love and I enjoy. I love working with people and teaching. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. Mark was asking about, Mark Mark, do you want to know where you can find that video about transaction and paperwork and all that stuff? I think that's what you're saying. Yes, you're welcome, everybody. Yeah, thank you. So, Mark, if you're still watching this, if you go to my Facebook, not my Facebook, if you go to my YouTube channel, all you got to do is type in Nathan Payne, Painless Flipping, or just Nathan Payne. I'll pop up. The latest video that we just put up is 2025 real estate contract masterclass. So I give you my sales, my contract, and I also walk you through how to fill it out. And I also show you like how to submit it to a title company, like what's the next step in the processing. Okay. So this video, if you watch it all, you're going to know exactly what to do. And not only are you going to know exactly what to do, but you get my contract too. So hook you up with that. So I just put that link in the chat so you can go ahead and watch that. Mark, I think that would help you. I think that's what you're looking for. I know Earl had those questions. Earl, you still there with me? You still wanted? Thank you for your time. I may have missed you discussing. Okay, Earl, I haven't discussed it yet, but if you're still there, I can dive into it. Joel, when reaching out to real estate agents that have, okay. All right, Earl, what's your specific question after this presentation? I want to see if I can help you out. When reaching out to real estate agents that have lists, sorry, everybody. When reaching out to real estate agents that have listings that are distressed, how do I come across as a credible lead when I have no prior experience nor deals? There are tons of agents that have told me to not work with investors. There are tons of agents that have told me to not work. I'm not sure what you mean by there are tons of agents that have told me to not work with investors. Okay, when reaching out to real estate agents that have listings that are distressed, how do I come across as a credible lead when I have no prior experience? Okay, so I think what you're saying is like, if you're trying to do deals with real estate agents, how do you do it and sound credible if you've never done a deal before? Is that what you're saying, Joel? Like, if you've never done a deal, like how do you make agents want to work with you? Meaning to stick with traditional sellers. Okay, not to work with investors. All right. So Joel, this is the thing. When working with a real estate agent and trying to play it off like you are credible when like you're like not credible, like that you have experience when you're not, like it's just going to come out like immediately, right? So you have to just be, again, honest and transparent with where you're at. So you're going to call a real estate agent and you're going to say, hey, look, my name's Joel. I'm new to the area, or I'm new to investing, but I'm looking for a property that I can fix and flip, or I can work. Yeah, I'm looking for a property that on my next project or whatever, like my next fix and flip. Would this be a good opportunity? Like, so you're immediately just kind of letting them know where you're at. Like, I'm newer. And if they're like, you're a wholesaler, be like, well, no, I've never wholesaled before, especially if you haven't, right? And if you're like, well, yeah, like, that's the tough part about like working with real estate agents is they're very like, they can be pretty hard to work with. Like if they're coming at you aggressively like that. So if someone's like, are you a wholesaler? What I would say is I've wholesaled before. That's not necessarily what I'm going to do with this property. If it makes sense, I could potentially do that, but I'm just looking to see if this would be an opportunity that I could work with. Is that okay? Does that work for you? No, I don't want to work with wholesalers. Well, look, I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to wholesale this. It might be an option, it might be something I do, but like I'm just here to see if this would be an opportunity that would make sense. And I also, when I do deals on the MLS, I line myself with cash buyers because like I don't like making offers on the MLS unless I know it's a deal. So I teach people what's painless flipping, where that's essentially like before making an offer, like that you don't know is legit or not, I get a cash buyer to kind of back me up on that. I teach that a lot on my YouTube channel and in like obviously my program, but I don't know how people really are successful in the MLS. Like with agents, unless they're able to just be transparent and leverage cash buyers, or else you're just making lowball offers that probably won't get accepted. And if they do get accepted, you're like not sure if you can do it, right? Like most agents, I don't think are going to just like let you like sign an agreement with you unless like you seem like you're legit. Like that's what they're like experts in their industry, or at least should be. So they're going to like probe and make sure you're good. And if you're like don't feel confident, then it's gonna be hard to make the offer. So again, like if I'm looking at a property on the MLS that looks distressed, I call the agent and I say, hey, look, I'm calling to see if, this might be a good opportunity for a fix and flip. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Or is the seller not really open to selling to someone like me, right? Are they looking to just sell to someone that's going to live in the house? And I ask more questions about the situation. Not all the agents will give you that information, but that's just how I operate. Nathan Valley also on our YouTube channel has a ton of good videos on how to do the strategy that we're talking about. He actually has like a 30-day challenge. If you guys want to, if any of you guys are interested in how, instead of saying if any of you, let me just ask you straight up, who's interested in learning how the process of what I'm talking about applies to real estate agents? Like if you guys are, I can show you right now where to go, but I want to see who's interested. Okay. This is for dealing with real estate agents. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. A lot of you guys are interested in this. Yes, I have 3 to 5 cash buyers I trust and active. Okay. Joel, you're doing good. Okay. So what I'm about to show you guys is Nathan Valley and me. We did a 30-day challenge. We said, okay, we have no money. We're going to go to a brand new market. We have no buyers. We're going to show you guys that our process of what I just showed you here, it works. Okay. You don't need money. You can do it. You just have to do it the transparent, like painless way that I'm showing you. So he went to a market and he got a deal within 30 days. He did $20,000 deal. And I went and got an Airbnb that I own, and I made $5,000 on it right now. And then it's an Airbnb that I own on seller finance. So his process, he did it all in the MLS, and I did it through, what's it called? I did it through like Facebook groups and stuff and networking. Jamil Damji. Oh, I don't know what that means, Gary Johnson, but cool. All right. So all you guys got to go. Wish I could finish your class. It was really good. Oh, dude, thank you so much, Marta. So this is where you go. If any of you guys are still on here, you're like, Nate, where the heck do I, like, how do I learn to work with real estate agents? So this is the 30-day challenge that Nathan Valley did. Okay. This is a course that we used to charge people for. But we just put it in our Facebook group for free to help you guys out. So if you go right here to the guide section, okay, if you guys are following along, you can see my screen still. There's the 90-day action plan. You can skip. It's good to go through that, but you can skip that. If you go all the way, like this one teaches you how to pick your market, okay, and the next video shows you, the next training shows you how to find deals on the MLS with real estate agents. And the next one, yeah, so actually this is it. Yeah, finding deals, how to find a deal, how to find deals on market, how to negotiate deals. So this shows you how to work with real estate agents right here on Guide 4. If you go here to bonus, the 30-day challenge, if you click on that, it will give you Nathan Valley's 30-day challenge for free, where it's 30 days of him going live for 30 days. You don't have to watch all of it, but it will show you how he is negotiating and talking with real estate agents and leveraging cash buyers to help make it offers for him. Okay. So I know it might seem like a lot, guys, but like that I'm giving you the answer just right here. It's the 30-day challenge is in here. Okay. You just have to go through it. This guy is giving it away. Holy moly. That's correct, guys. Cause this is the way I see it. I do have a coaching program. It's an apprenticeship, but I can't work with everybody. I wish I could, but I can't. So for everyone else, if I can have a little part of be in your journey to help you succeed, amazing. I'd love to do that. And then you just give me a nice review or just say I helped you out, or you help me out by just letting people know that I'm doing this for people. That's a win for me. Okay. So here it is, 30-day challenge. you guys got it right here. You can see right here, bonus 30-day challenge. You just click here. If you go to the Facebook group, and we will send you the playlist of all the videos. Okay. Brent, I've paid 5 with Brent and 7 with Jamil. Are you saying 5 like 1,000 and 7,000? Is that what you mean? Like paid money? Oh yeah. Whew. Hey man, I understand. Just like I guess that's just how it is. I like Brent Daniels. He's cool, but I get that that's just how it is. You know, people spend that money. Owner of Astro Flipping does agent outreach to Jamil Daniels franchise all over the United States. Cool. I love it. All right, guys. Well, that was hopefully that answered Earl. Hopefully that answered your question. I know Joel, you asked that question. How do you talk to this? How do you make it work? Bam. You just go to the Facebook group, everybody, and it's under guide section 4. You have trainings that are free trainings on how to do this and a complete breakdown of how to do the whole thing through his 30-day challenge. Let's see. Thank you. Yes, of course. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you for the invite. No, of course, I do this training every week, guys. And if any of you are like, man, this is good, we got all of it is in the Facebook group. Like everything comes out in the Facebook group or YouTube video. You guys can see it, okay, on our YouTube or Facebook. And again, if any of you are like, dude, I want to see how I can work with Nate. Like we have payment plans and we have different options that we can work with you guys. Like it's not something astronomical or like we can make it work. If you guys want to work with us and it's a good fit, just go to painlessflipping.com and you guys can take a survey and see if you're the right fit, if you want to work with us, and we'll help you. We'll help you get a deal. Like, why would we help you? Because we partner on the deal and we can make money together. That's why, right? And we enjoy it. So if any of you guys are interested, bam, just go to painlessflipping.com. Love to work with you. And I'll send that link in here. But if you guys are like, I'm not interested in joining anything, totally cool. We'll see you guys on next week's training. We have them every week for free. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. I'll leave this up just for a little bit, the stream, just so you guys can leave any more questions, and I'll read them later. But catch you guys later. I hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate everyone on here. Thanks.